10.1, lines and segments that intersect circles. All right, so you want to take a moment to look over what each of these definitions are. The main thing is you want to remember is a tangent intersects the circle at one point. Okay, so it's just basically going to graze that circle. The point that it hits the circle is right here. It's called the point of tangency. So like in this example here, it'd be point B. Then you have a secant. A secant intersects at two different spots. The way I think about it is the word secant means, you came in number 2 spot. So secant deals with number 2. Secant and second. Secant, 2 intersection points. Crosses through the circle. And it doesn't just hit the points, hit the sides and stops. It goes all the way through. Then, of course, you got your radius, which starts in the center, goes halfway across the circle. So it starts center, goes to the edge. And then your diameter goes from edge to edge, but goes to the center. And then a chord just simply goes edge to edge. Technically, a diameter is a chord, but what makes it different is that it goes to the center, and that's what defines it as a diameter. Let's go about halfway down, and let's do this part first. It says, tell whether the line, ray, or segment is best described as a radius, chord, diameter, secant, or tangent of circle C. First thing we want to make note of is that we have that symbol. That's the circle symbol. So if you're naming a circle, you'd always draw that little symbol, just a circle with a dot in the middle. The point you use is the center point. So if I'm naming it, I always find the point that's in the center, whatever that label is, and then that's going to be my the letter I used, or the point I used to name it. All right, so let's answer these. So letter A, it says AC. What is that symbol on top of AC? What does that stand for? A segment. Yeah, it's going all the way back to the beginning of the year when we learned lines, planes, and segments. Okay, so it's segment AC, meaning it has a beginning and an end at A and C. So on my little drawing here, point A is right there and point C is right there. So it's just talking about that segment from there to there. What is that one? What is that one? Is it radius, a chord, diameter, secant, or tangent? Radius. How do we know? Yeah, it goes from the center to the edge, right? That's the radius. Next one, segment AB. Once again, we just have the segment symbol on top, no arrows, and it's AB. This time it goes from A all the way to B. So I heard diameter. Do y'all agree?
What if we had a line symbol?
I'll explain that in a second. So diameter, because it goes from all the way across, and it goes through where?
The middle.
The center, right, or the middle. Okay, that's what differentiates it from just being a normal chord. So if it had a line symbol on AB, like it would have had to keep going, and then it could have been a secant if it was a line symbol. All right, DE. What's the symbol on top of DE represent? Not line. Ray. Remember, one arrow to the right is a ray. So we start at D. We're going through and just going on forever that way.
That'd be a tangent.
Tangent, why?
It's on the side.
It's only touching up.
Yeah, it's on the side, but it's intersecting in one point. Tangent. They didn't ask it, but if they asked, what is the point of tangency on that line? B, because that's where the tangent actually intersects the circle. All right, then we have AE. What's that symbol on top of AE? Tell me it is. A line. So remember, if it's got arrows on both sides, a line. It goes on and on forever in both directions. So we have AE. And we just have the line going forever and ever. What is that one going to be? Secant?
Yeah. Secant.
Y'all say it. Secant.
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 Why is it a secant?
It's touching at 2 points.
Yeah, it intersects at 2 spots on the circle. Okay. All right, before we do that, it says name 2 radii. Does anybody know what a radii is?
Multiple radius.
Yeah, multiple, like more than one radius. Okay, so make note of that, that's plural radius. Plural for radius, meaning there's more than one. So like you don't say name 2 radiuses, you say name 2 radii. Just like I don't say I have 3 gooses in my backyard, do I? What do I say? I have 3 geese in my backyard. Okay. So just one of those words that you don't just add an S, you have to change the whole word. All right, so we need to name 2 radii. Before we do so, make note on this that radii are always segments. Lost the word for a second. They're always segments. All right, Jeremiah, name 1 radius for me. Do y'all agree, class? FA? Yes, FA.
There's 3.
Michael, name another one for me. AB. Do y'all agree, class?
Yes.
Yes, AB.
What
So
about,
both of those just go from the center to the edge.
what about
DA would work as well. Yeah, if they asked for the third one, it would be DA or AD. Next one's a chord. Make sure you say that chord. It's not chored. Okay.
I would never
The
say
chord.
that.
I would never say
And chords are always segments as well.
Are we talking about like the music?
Kind of like that.
There are 3s.
All right. So, Rigoberto, name a chord for me. Which one? EC. Good. EC, because it's going from the edge here to this edge. Raven, name another chord for me. I know it only asks for 1, but name another one. DF. Do y'all agree with that, class?
Yeah.
Yeah, DF is a chord. What is it also? The diameter. So we can go ahead and name the next one. Is a diameter. Is DF. And it's always a segment too. So if you're naming a radius or a chord or a diameter, they're always going to be a segment. I did have one more chord though. We said DF and we said EC. What's the last one?
DE.
DE. But what kind of symbol would go on top?
Line.
Not line. That wouldn't make it a chord. A segment. Because if it's a segment, you're saying from point D to point E, just that little section is the chord. And that's true. Because remember, if you have a line, you can pull just a segment out of that line, right? But if I say this is line DE, then it's no longer a chord, okay? Because it keeps going on each side.
That would make it a secant.
Yeah, so that answers our next question. What's the name of our secant class?
DE.
DE. But what kind of symbol?
Line.
Line. Because it keeps going both ways. And we don't want it to stop on either. We want it to go all the way through, just intersect and pass on through. Okay. Are there any other secants? No. That's all the secants.
I was going to say yes, but no, there isn't.
There is a missing point that's supposed to be on here. So on this bottom one, just put a dot and we'll just call it point Z. Don't do that on your worksheets when you get worksheets. Don't just add random points just because you think one's missing. But on this one, there is actually one missing.
Okay.
All right. So, Anai, name a tangent line for me. E. In class, what kind of symbol do I put on it if it's a tangent?
Line. Line.
We could put line, or we could put or array. Okay, you could put ray ZB and have it going through or anything like that.
It's okay if we put BZ.
Yeah, you can put BZ.
Okay.
You can flip those. All right, then Emma, what's our point of tangent C? Where's the tangent line actually intersect the circle? Right here at point B. That's where it intersects the circle, so it's just point B. So when we go back to this top, it's just talking about like that there's like circles can intersect each other in different ways. You can have two circles intersecting where they cross over or they overlap and you have 2 points of intersection. Where would you see that in real life? Good, a Venn diagram, right? Y'all probably use that like in English class or history class, something like that, the Venn diagrams.
I don't think of a snowman.
Not that one for a snowman, not that one. Okay? Now next one is a 1 point of intersection, which is called tangent circles, meaning they just intersect and they touch at 1 point. You can have either one circle inside a circle touching, or you can have two of them that are just butted up against each other. Now what is this one like in real life, Jeremiah? This one's like the snowman, right?
With a funky bow tie.
That if I just had a, circles touching each other, those are tangent circles that intersect at 1 point.
That's easy to remember, like, if it's tangent circle.
Yeah, remember the tangent or the snowman?
Yeah.
That'll help you. And then the ones that don't intersect at all, of course, there's two random circles not even touching. And then you have two of them that are inside, one inside the other. And they have the same center point, meaning they're lined up right on the same center. And these, if they do that, they're called concentric circles. And what do concentric circles look like in real life? A what? A dartboard or a target, right? Okay. So just if they have that same center and it's just equal going out, then those are concentric circles. Number 7 says, tell how many common tangents the circles have and draw them. We didn't talk about it a while ago, but a common tangent is one that it's a tangent line, and a tangent line intersects how many points? 1, right? So it intersects at 1 point on each circle. But if you have one line that intersects two different circles at just 1 point, they share the same tangent line. It's called a common tangent. So an example would be like here, if I just draw a line straight across the top, you see that it intersects this one at that point and this one at that point. That's called a common tangent. Goes across and touches both circles at just 1 point on each circle.
So, like, if we draw it,
Is there a common?
Hold on. What was it?
so, like, if we draw the line, it will, like, intersect.
Okay, do y'all notice anywhere else that you could put a common tangent?
The bottom.
The bottom.
Or the middle.
Okay, so let's look at the middle. If it goes through the middle, is it just intersecting each one once? Yeah, it's intersecting right there and right there. Is that just one time on each circle?
Yes.
No, because it's going through each circle twice. So that would actually be a secant line. So we don't want that one. So erase that one if you drew it.
Why don't you like a common secant?
Yeah, that's what he was just asking. I don't know if there's a common secant or not.
There should be.
There might be, but just not for our purpose, not what we're going to do in here. All right, so is there anywhere else we could put one? No. So how many common tangents do we have? 2. Now it says tell whether they're internal or external. Internal means that they go in between the circles. Okay. External means they're not in between them, they're just on the outside. So what is this one? External. Okay. Questions on that? Now the last one says tell how many common tangent circles have and draw them. Use blue to indicate common external tangents and red to indicate common internal tangents. Okay. You don't have different colors, or you don't have red and blue. If you want to do it, you can just mark out, put whatever colors you want. All right. So letter A. Do we have any external tangents? And where can we put them if so? Okay, so I heard the bottom. So we can go right there. There's one external tangent. Is there anywhere else I can put an external?
Top.
The top.
Diagonal between them.
All right, so that's any other external ones.
Diagonal.
For an external? What about internal?
Yes.
In the middle, but how?
Diagonal.
Diagonal.
So like this,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you can do it the opposite way as well.
then you go the other way as well, right? Any other internals? Nope, that's it. So how many common tangents do I have?
4.
4. And then draw them with the red and blue. All right, next one. Where's the externals on letter B?
On the bottom and the top.
Top and bottom. So 1, 2. Is there any internal?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
You can do one.
Where?
It's in between them.
Straight.
Is it
Like that?
Yep. Like that.
Does that just intersect each one once?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So that's an internal. Any others?
No.
No.
So how many total we have?
3.
3.
And the last one, how many external?
2.
Top and bottom.
You can't do any more, right? Instead of doing it twice.
Right. Yeah, you can't go this one through the middle because it'd be twice. So how many total?
2.
2.
Oh.
That's it.